Frick off, it's just the same image with swapped colors. Meanwhile, that same person, wow, so cool. Ooh, this is not right. I feel extremely personally attacked as a flag nerd myself. The NFT bros are coming after us. Flag of Japan, but it's actually a time lapse of the whole year. Since this Japanese flag is supposed to represent the sun, right? And I guess it's movements through space. I don't know, I'm not an astronomer. The almost 500,000 people on this flag subreddit exchanging and discussing flags. Meanwhile, the less than 3,000 people stranded on R flags, wishing the Reddit flag community was more active. This is actually really depressing. It's so weird how some communities just never took off. Oh, here's actually one of their top posts, and I actually agree with this. Luxembourg should go back to this old school one. I like this much better. Flag of India, but no mortar was used on the brick for the wall that's holding up the wheel. Wait a second. I actually kind of like this. One day, whenever we have like flag GIFs, like animated images of flags, which we should be there pretty soon, this should be theirs. Stagnant flags with no moving images is so last decade. What is mortar anyways? Oh, it's the paste which hardens for the bricks. I can literally only think of this whenever I hear that word. National carrier redesigns, or like the tail of the plane basically. So for Wales, they should clearly be throwing up a dragon wing. That actually looks really good, Great Britain. You guys should definitely do that. Nepal, just go with 1/2 of the triangles. Oh, you could throw both images on there on the reverse side. This is a unique way for the Vatican. I didn't know how you were going to use that. This might be the weakest, but you got to do something for Portugal. There's also designs for Mexico, Antarctica, American Samoa. Why would Antarctica need a plane wing? Doesn't matter. Even for one of the greatest flags in history, Pocatello, Idaho. And yeah, fun fact, a lot of you guys have already noticed, but I do have a giant Pocatello, Idaho flag. It's one of the greatest flags of all time. I literally just couldn't resist its contribution to the whole community. I literally just couldn't resist. It is iconic. Only downside is everyone thinks I'm from Idaho now. Anon over here posted this beautiful flag and said, I love Thatcher so much, I made her a flag. White represents heaven, where Margaret Thatcher is. Gold represents the economy. Blue represents the Falkland Islands, which she protected. Brown is dirt, and black represents the coal miners she buried under the dirt. How incredible. You definitely can't argue this thing doesn't have meaning. Quite possibly one of the most confused stores in history. I don't think they're confused at all. They're just going with the ultimate lib-right move. I gotta find where this place is so I can visit. How this store's manager wakes up every day knowing he has zero political beliefs, and he just says things to annoy people. Is there a factory somewhere with a production line for every single conceivable friendship flag pin? Yes, in order to commemorate this battle where the US and North Koreans fought on the same side against Somali pirates. Even they have a pin together. Wow, you better hope that I do not find this place. I will be doing the most cursed combinations as well. Although I don't think I can even get close to the randomness of putting the Confederacy right here with Armenia. Bangladesh jump scare. Nothing is more terrifying. Wait, shouldn't the little circle move to the side a little bit though? Yeah, as you can see, it's literally a few degrees to the left. This is the true Bangladesh flag. Found this bad boy on Google Maps. I don't know how the Canadian government feels about this, but I can see Quebec is still going strong. Ooh, countries' flags when World War I started. We have Norway in 2022 versus their flag in 1914, Sweden in 2022 versus their flag in 1914, and then Denmark in 2022 and their flag in 1914. Wow. Now that's interesting. Clearly them Scandinavians just always changing it up. A flag review from a protest in Ukraine. So of course, they have the Ukrainian People's Republic flag. Not surprising. They have this one, but it's Ukrainian. The post-Soviet Ukraine flag. Oh wait, I didn't realize this one is inverted. I forgot about that. But yeah, yellow's on the top. The Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists. And then finally, a random Belarusian flag. I'm not even sure why. Should they really be there right now? Aren't you? You know what? I don't want to ask any questions. The flag of France, but it's actually the sorrowing reality that the US spends way too much on the military. Literally almost 800 billion. You'd have to combine all of these nations and you still didn't even pass them up. This is the most depressing French flag I've ever seen in my life. Flag of Japan, but the dot is constantly spinning. And we actually know that that's the case because this is a GIF. How incredible is that? It's spinning so fast you don't even notice it. What a cool creation. I'm glad we got to see this today. Crescents in flags. There are actually two different ways that they use them on flags, and I had no idea until right now. There's the shallow method used by Pakistan and others, as well as the rounded method, which is a bit thicker, used by Turkey, Tunisia. I had no idea until right now. I kind of prefer the thicker moon, to be honest, but the thinner one works for some of them. Like, I do like the Pakistan flag. Even the state of South Carolina has a nice rounded crescent up here. I don't think that is supposed to represent the same thing that those other flags are representing. State of South Carolina just decided they wanted to put a little copyright symbol in the upper left-hand corner. Flag of India, but it's actually a video game. Oh, please, someone make this. I mean, that'd be such an easy game to make, but it would literally be downloaded probably almost 1 billion times. Indians are very supportive. Incredibly, Dell loves the Estonian flag so much that they decided to put it on all their products. It even has a used to as a USB drive. Now that's how you know they are big fans. The debate is settled. We have finally figured out a way to represent the Welsh flag on the Union Jack. I am so happy that this day has actually come. I think this is pretty much a unanimous decision. This is the greatest way to do it. I mean, we've seen so many attempts over the years, and there's been some pretty good ones, but nothing as serious as this. That's definitely safe to say. This person has made an Earth flag. This is the design that they were going to go with, and it's supposed to represent all of the continents. Although South America's touching Antarctica, not sure why. Pretty much what it would look like if the world map became an oversimplified logo. And it would fly like this. Not too bad, actually. I don't think it's terrible. It's better than just slapping a Earth on there. Get real. And they thought we would never notice. How dare South Africa rip off this flag? I think there's a certain community out there that might need to copyright the country of South Africa. It all finally makes sense now. Brings a whole new meaning to their nickname right here. What if the flag of France was designed like whales? France loves roosters. This is their national animal, right? The flag of Canada in the style of France should just be Quebec, right? Oh, that's a cool way to do it. Maybe if France ever attempts to into Nordic, they can go with this. And then the flag of Spain in the style of France. I like this one too. Same thing, but for Scotland, I just want to see a unicorn on a flag for the first time. This would be great. I don't know what symbol this is, but that is kind of cool. The Nordic version of a Scottish flag doesn't really change things too much. Technically, isn't there some argument that Scotland is Nordic? Maybe after like another Viking invasion or two. And this is all right. I guess this is fine. Flag of the US, but there are no more states because y'all didn't behave. Stripes are gone, stars are gone. It's basically just like a Taiwan flag, I guess. Don't you argue if there are no states left, then the entire country just becomes one state? So you have to add at least one star. Taiwan over here is ahead of the game. Who's that flag? I wonder. It's pretty much the hardest game ever, to be honest. It's just so many choices. Flag of Georgia, but I definitely haven't made everything misaligned. I despise this person. Whoever made this, please go to Brazil or something. I'm extremely disturbed by everything that I'm seeing right now. State of Alaska in the style of California. Throw that giant moose on there. You have the old remnants of their flag with these stars over this way. I wish the design of the moose didn't look like this. It looks something just not right. Man, India, there are so many great GIF ideas of your flag. Come on, implement just one. I actually like this one the most. This is pretty cool. And maybe if the wall collapsing was too much for you, just go with the original image. They actually use mortar this time, so the wall is sticking around. I call it Burrito Mussolini. You got the green sauce, the red sauce, and the sour cream. This should be more like what if Italy and Mexico turned into a union. Make like a little eagle and snake design in the middle and you can make it the Mexican flag. So many memes of the Indian flag. Let's take a look at the actual evolution in real life. So here was their British India or British Raj flag from 1880 to 1947. But during that period, there was a flag of Indian independence in 1906. Kind of a lot going on here, but oh look, they have like both the sun and moon. Wait, is that the shallow or the... Man, I already forgot those terms. There's the Berlin Committee flag in 1907. This is when they first introduced the orange. Wow. Oh, God. Home Rule Movement, 1917. India, you was doing a lot. This is just too much. You put in the British watermark. Well, I guess you got inspired by the real one, I see. Then there's Gandhi's flag in 1921. 1921? Is that the right date? Here's an upgraded version in 1931. Again, adding that orange. I'm glad you didn't go with the Bulgarian background. And that is how we got to our modern Indian flag. That is a good one. Considering you had all these different variations of it, some not so good. This is nice. Telling the difference between similar flags. Yemen and Germany. German Empire has black on top, just like the current German flag. Okay. Netherlands and Luxembourg. Luxembourg starts with an L, so its blue is lighter. Okay. Bahrain and Qatar. Qatar is bigger, so its flag is longer. I didn't even realize Qatar is bigger. I guess it is. Iceland and Norway. Now, again, I have flag dyslexia, so I always get the Nordic countries a little confused. Iceland is an island surrounded by water, so it has more blue than Norway. Chad and Romania, well, you're gonna have to become a wizard for that. That is the only way. Technically, isn't there actually a shade difference in the yellows? I thought that was the case. Also, like, there's gotta be someone pissed about this. Like, they've gotta have a little bit of anger. Like, one of them towards the other. Like, they probably want the other person to change it up. Oh yeah, the Chad flag has more variety in their colors, and Romania has very specific design for their colors. Kind of interesting because Chad started using that design in 1960, and they were distinguishable because back in those days, Romania had their coat of arms on it. But then they removed it in 1989, making it pretty similar. There were unreports in 2004. Chad asked the United Nations to look into the issue, so they have fought about it in the past. Why isn't there like a country ball comic explaining this whole ordeal? You also have to be a wizard to know the difference between the Monaco flag and Indonesia. The flag of Chad, if it were to ever get its revenge on South America for surrounding it with Chiles. Chiles has just been surrounding the world map all over the place. But not for long with this country's Sigma grind set, flag of Canada, but it was only semi-colonized. Hey, it's better than full colonization out here with like the Australian and New Zealand flags. You're in Saudi Arabia and your computer just blue screened. I actually kind of like this. Like, can we do more designs like that? It's obviously a horrifying feeling whenever your computer blue screens, but at least if I can like see different flag designs, that'd be kind of cool. I don't think it would work with any other flag because it's the cursive that really makes this, or not cursive, but Arabic. Flag of Bosnia, but it is really sus. Are we going on like 2 years and the Among Us memes just won't die? All flags one day are gonna be like this, almost completely indestructible. Well, I think they are destructible, but oh, and they also break into blocks. I can't wait for the future. Americans carefully crafting the worst freaking flag you've ever seen in your life. It's literally like a national pastime at this point. Baseball and just creating horrible, horrible flags. Wait, what? There was a US flag cut out to look like the US and it was massive like this? Okay, this is revolutionary moment. Who cares about the football game? Why don't you talk more about that? How did that fly under the radar for so long too? A European Union flag, but it's only for the countries that border the Mediterranean Sea, or any sea, I guess. Actually, you know what? This flag is for anyone that isn't landlocked, so it's pretty much just a way to flex on these 14 poor nations. I forget how many landlocked countries there are on this continent. And big thanks to this month's supporters:
LuxembourgLover,
Alfonso M6,
AryanAfterHours,
Drew's Argentinian grandpa,
Barnsky W,
bringbackpolandball,
McBlorf,
istoledrewspetdog,
iLoveMarx,
Majestic Unicorn,
Max Cooper,
RyeThePie,
Why Am I Doing This?
Drew's Arab Sugar Daddy,
Krombopulos
Mimoshiki,
Michael,
Louise,
Canadian
Adam
Union,
Stillerman,
Alex Whitley is Mega Chad,
aPhatNarwhal,
Corey,
Philipp RF,
Robert E,
ortin 5610,
and Sussy Muliati.